Yo, welcome back to the Inner Circle. Today I'm bringing you week 2 of BBL Wi-Fi Season 7. That is the Banlist Battlers League. I'm very excited for this one as I am facing off against Matt Oshea and the Montreal Milotics. This matchup is terrifying. Matt's team is very, very good, and I am excited to bring this one to you. So let's take a look at the matchup. My team consists of Kyurem White, Landorus I, Terrakion Spectrier, Slowking, Bronzong, Weezing G, Serena, Persian A, Rotom Fan, Audino, and Lily. Matt's team consists of Rayquaza, Mew, Aegislash, Weavile, Nidoqueen, Whimsicott, Vaporeon, Arcanine, Vikavolt, and Sawk. Find a switch in to those top 4. Very difficult. So this one was a really good one. The battle did happen already, so I don't want to spoil too much, but again, it's a really good one, and you are going to want to watch until the end. And I'm excited to bring it to you. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, welcome to the battle. Again, this is a terrifying matchup. Aegislash Weavile Ray kind of just blow through my team, so we will see how it goes. So I would consider leading Persian. Whimsicott is the biggest threat to doing so. Obviously, Weavile is faster, but I'm not super concerned about Weavile with Persian in. So I think we're going to do that. Vikavolt is an absolute monster as well. They're all monsters. The whole team is just a bunch of monsters. Looks like Matt is ready to go, so we will kick this off. Good luck. Have fun. To Matt. There's the Vikavolt. It would seem like this would likely just Volt Switch. So we're just gonna parting shout out on it. Not too much of a threat at this point. I don't want some of my more important stuff to get parried. And a Bug Buzz seems pretty obvious, though. I think that we can go into Tarak, because it kind of doesn't allow stuff in. I'm just fearing a para, that's all. There's the Volt Switch. So that does about 33-ish. So let's learn something. That's hella damage for being parting shotted. Parting shot? Parting shot. That's already past tense. So, like, hello? That's specs damage. So it's good to know. Aegislash. So we don't want to lose Tarak. Obviously. I think special Aegislash makes a whole lot of sense. Specs kind of blows my team away, and I don't really have an answer to that. So, unfortunately, I kind of have to go into Persian. Like I said, I don't have an answer to Special Aegislash on my team. Autotomize, I was super worried about as well, because Autotomize kind of just runs my team. But at this point, we can Parting Shot out on it. It's probably Weakness Policy. It's super fast now, and at -2, I don't think it killed us. Flash Cannon does like 41. Feel like it probably doesn't stay in though. Vikavolt might come in, but I can't risk that. I'm not popping this thing's Weakness Policy unless I know it's going to kill. So that's why we Parting Shot out. There's a Flash Cannon. So yeah, like I said, yep, that's about the damage range we expected. The Death Bell, Earth Power does take it out, so that's one massive threat out of the way. That's huge. Aegislash was my biggest concern. I bet it was Weakness Policy, and I was not going to pop that. Autotomize plus Weakness Policy absolutely just sweeps my team. So we'll just take that KO. Yeah, Liv. EG was so good for him. There's the Weavile. I gotta go into my dedicated switch. I could definitely see a low kick coming out. That's probably the best click. Knockoff is possible as well. Triple Axle. So we will take all this Rocky Helmet. Demoglios. And it's Life Orb too. That is good to know. And we just click Parting Shot again. So obviously this thing can hit a lot of our team really, really hard. And can do a lot of really annoying shit to us. Man, I really want to keep Bronzong healthy. But I think Bronzong is the play, because I don't want any annoying shit to happen to anything other than Bronzong. And it's my boy Cosmo. We're actually going to get our rocks up. It could do some Leech Seed shenanigans. It kind of doesn't want to take a Gyro Ball because it just blows it back. Because it's so much faster than Bronzong is. U-turn. That should do next to nothing. I don't know what comes in here. Probably Vikavolt. Weavile could. Yeah, there's the Vikavolt. We know its specs. We don't have anything to stop it from doing its specs shenanigans. Nothing on our team wants to switch into a Volt Switch from this thing because it does 7 million damage. It will kill just about anything that comes in. Bronzong needs to stay healthy for Ray. Is our Ray check. With Weavile chipped down so much, and it being Life Orb, am I super concerned about it? Probably still. But it is Life Orb. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to give up Persian. Which feels like not the play, but I think it's my only play. I don't have switch-ins to this. Sticky Web. Okay. Sticky Web. That's really bad for Terrakion. Very, very bad for Terrakion. So we are going to keep this alive. Oh, that's pretty bad for everybody, to be honest. If I can force a Whimsicott Defog, that'd be good. I don't have switches into this. Let's see how much Slowking takes, because we can regen it off. It's at -2. It's probably going to hurt a fuck ton still. Oh, right. We said it was Specs. Is it Specs? It's not Specs. Okay, so it's not Specs. That was just, like, really good damage. A really good damage roll. Maybe it's, Magnet? Let's see if I have that open still. Yeah, I do. Expert Belt? It's not Expert Belt damage. Magnet? I don't know. Oh, of course it was an Expert Belt. I don't know. That was, like, huge damage for it to not be Specs. Nidoqueen. T-Bolt could kill us, for sure. Thunderbolt does kill us. Slowking doesn't do a whole lot, so unfortunately I'm going to let it go. Shadow Ball, that kills too, I'm sure. Oh, it's not modest. Okay. So we'll take that damage. It is not modest. I feel like it clicks literally any move. But again, Persian and Slowking are decent sacks at this point in the game. So I'm fine sacking it. Stealth Rock. So at this point we lose Persian, likely. No, we're faster. Okay. 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 Not clicking Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball hurts a literal butt ton. I think I am going to give up Slowking. I know I've been switching around just like a fuck ton. But I think I finally need to switch Slowking. Give it up. And then I can just go into Spectrier. We lived. That's crazy. I guess it's at -2. We give up Slowking. It's fine. Because we can go into Spec. And we can Scout with Spec. Spec's still going to be faster. So we're going to get a nice Scout in here. Okay, so it does stay in. Probably just giving up Nidoqueen at this point. Alright, so that's good to know. He's just going to give up Nidoqueen here. So we'll just fire off a Hex. This Hex should kill. Wasn't sure if he was going to give it up. So we'll take out the Nidoqueen here. Now, if only we were not in webs. Weavile looks terrifying now with webs up. Tracheon really does not appreciate the webs being up. And we can't do anything about it. We didn't bring removal. Had it on Weezing, but dropped Weezing for Persian. There's Ray. wants to do. If it sets up a sub, that's really, really bad. But if it tries to DD, I'm going to burn it. And I'm going to give up spec. Dragon Ascent. So spec's going to go down. Spec was slow now. Slower than literally everything other than Vikavolt. Need to not make the wrong play here. Nothing appreciates being gyroed on. Electric Boogaloo. I should have just Toxic. I really wanted to. This is not going to do that much. I think we lose to Weavile at this point. With those webs up, I cannot beat the Weavile. My only hope is that it kills itself, so... I should have just Toxic, but... It's going to keep Volt Switching out anyway, so... The Toxic damage is not going to rack up all that much. Yo, I don't think my follower goal updated when you guys followed at the beginning of the stream, so I apologize. I think we live, but something just comes in and kills us. And we don't survive another rock switch, so... There's Weavile. Oh, now we do survive another rock switch. He's not going to want a triple axle again, but we have to send in Persian. There's no other option. Knockoff might not kill me, so maybe he triple axles, but that's not a good play. Light Orb plus Rocky Helmet might kill it though. Because it'll still get hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Yes, and the Life Orb's going to finish it off. Let's go. Weavile goes down. Drakion can still pull this off. Drakion can still pull this off. Whim is the only thing stopping Drakion from pulling this off. And then if this thing is DD, that also stops it. But at this point, we're giving up Persian and Parting Shouting if he tries to DD. Okay, there's a Dragon Ascent. Bronzong still beats Whim. And Brachion beats the rest. Gyro doesn't do enough. Gyro doesn't do enough. We gotta go for it, though. We have one more sack in Hiram for the Vikavolt. Loki, that's a mad prediction. It dies, no? Doesn't. What the hell kind of set is that Whim? I think we still beat Whim. At this point, we can probably just Zen. Oh, man. No, we gyro. We need to take it out. We need to take it out. We can't risk missing Zen. And it dies on another rock switch in. Whim is the only thing stopping Tracheon from winning. I think. Leech Seed. Okay, so nothing's gonna get heals here. Interesting endgame alert is correct. Track should be able to win. I just need Tarak to hit his moves, and Tarak wins. Unless... we don't know what Rayquaza is. If it's Scarf, that's bad. Depends on what it Scarfs into. And we were in a tough spot, and this is coming down to the wire. This has been a great game. So again, we had this as our last sack here to the Vikavolt. I just need Tarak to hit his moves. Come on, Tarak. You can do it. Tarak, please. I beg you. I beg you, Tarak, please. You can't do this to me. This is too much. This is too much. Come on, Tarak. Come on, Tarak. Come on, Tarak. Okay, no, we might kill through this. We might kill through this because it's so low. Yes! That's huge! Okay, Bronzong might beat Rayquaza. If it's Scarf, it has to choose whether or not it's going to lock in a V-Create or Dragon Ascent. Or Earthquake. And none of those are great options for it. Come on, Tarak. If it's not Scarf, we outspeed. And we miss. Okay. Dragon Ascent probably kills us. Okay. Okay. With the defensive falling, Bronzong for sure cleans up. For sure cleans up. We're Akka. We survived V-Create. We got this, Bronzong. All you gotta do is click Gyro Ball and win the game, Bronzong. Let's go. Come on, Bronzong. We are Akka. We take this. Let's go, Bronzong. Gyro Ball. Hey, O's the Rayquaza, and we do take the 1-0 W. That's amazing work. GG's to Matt. GG's to Matt. We do take the 1-0 dub, which puts us at 2-0 plus 6 on the season. And let's take a look at the team breakdown. God, that team is terrifying. Liv, yeah, I was very terrified of Rayquaza just clicking DD. Literally at any point, truly. And I'll hop in the battle, the live battles channel after I do my team breakdown. So let's hop over there, switch screens or switch scenes. Mid Pokemaster with the follow. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. We're approaching 100 now. I think some of them didn't update earlier in the stream, so I'm going to actually check my own Twitch, so you might hear it real quick. No, you didn't. You did not hear it. We're at 97. So yeah, I don't think some of them updated on that on-screen notification, but we're at 97. Just 3 more follows to hit that nice 100, and I'm pretty excited about that. So again, let's take a look at the team breakdown. So Bronzong came in clutch, as you saw. The Bronzong was obviously min speed to... Actually, that's not min speed. Did it gen with 31? Oh no, it is min speed. Okay, good. Just the level 100 threw me off. So it was min speed for Gyro Ball, obviously, so minus speed. We were plus defense to try to take on Rayquaza. With Rayquaza at +1 after DD, Gyro Ball does like 50%, so like nearly 50%. So that was the goal there. 244 HP, 252 defense, and then 12 speed F to round it out. We were Akka, which you saw specifically for V-Create. We were Levitate if it was Earthquake. I thought that the best possible set for Rayquaza was DD, Dragon Ascent, V-Create, and then either Earthquake or Dragon Stab. Earthquake covered like a heat-proof zone with Akka Berry. That's the only reason it could possibly bring Earthquake. It doesn't really have a reason to otherwise. So that's why Dragon Stab was the other option. So that I prepped for a possible Earthquake plus V-Create Rayquaza. Gyro Ball, Zen Headbutt, Stealth Rock, Toxic. You'll notice as we go through the breakdown that I ran Toxic on a lot of stuff. So I wanted to get more stuff to Hex for Spectrier. Stealth Rocks came up big, got a lot of chip on stuff, so that was really nice to have. And then Zen Headbutt for the Nidoqueen, pretty much exclusively for the Nidoqueen. So yeah, that was Bronzong. So we're going to move on, starting on the moveset this time. Kyurem White. Kyurem, obviously, it almost always has a good matchup, but this week I liked a bulky Kyurem. I wasn't really sure what to do with it. At first, I almost ran the same set as last week because the set's just so good. Last week, if you recall, I ran Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Earth Power, and Fusion Flare. So this week, I decided to go bulky. Shout out to some of my front office, you know who you are, for helping with this set. Substitute Roost looked really good. I never really got to play it the way I wanted it to. With webs up, it really didn't scare stuff out. So it was hard to get up a free sub and Roost and whatnot. Obviously, the huge takedown of Aegislash with the Earth Power, that was amazing for us. Again, I really did not want to proc that weakness policy because Autotomize, Shadow Ball, Flash Cannon, weakness policy literally sweeps my team. And in prep, I was like, that sweeps my team. There's nothing I can do about it. So I need to not pop the weakness policy. And I knew a special set was the obvious bring on Aegislash because otherwise Persian just walls it. Close combat doesn't even do all that much. I mean, it still does a lot. But Fur Coat really helps Persian take on a physical Aegislash. And then I thought that fourth move could potentially be Shadow Sneak, because I believe, if I remember correctly, a minus nature, so like Modest, for example, Shadow Sneak at +2 after the weakness policy has a chance to take out Spec. So I thought that that was a possibility, because a Scarf Spec does outspeed a +2 Aegis Slash. So I thought that Shadow Sneak was kind of forced to be that fourth move. I guess I'll see when I watch Matt's video. But anyway, back to this set. Freeze Dry Earth Power hits the whole team really well. I know I didn't do a review of Matt's team prior to the battle, but here we'll take a look at the matchup real quick. Matt's team consists of Rayquaza, Mew, Aegis Slash, Weavile, Nidoqueen, Whimsicott, Vaporeon, Arcanine, Vikavolt, and Sawk. So like I said, Freeze Dry Earth Power is perfectly neutral coverage on the whole team, and puts in a whole lot of work. We actually ended up we didn't even speed invest for Nidoqueen because I really didn't think it was going to come. So we only had 84 speed. The Nidoqueen did show up, so obviously that might have made a difference, but we did outspeed it in a few instances, so we may have actually been faster still. We ran 100 insp attack with a modest nature. I don't remember the calc off the top of my head. Maybe it's Vaporeon. I don't remember off the top of my head what the 100 was for. The 76 defense and 244 HP allowed us to take a, I believe, banded low kick from Weavile from full. So that was the reasoning for that. So Bulky Kyurem did claim 1 KO, I believe, so that was very nice for us. Persian put in a ton of work for sure. I very much enjoyed being able to click Parting Shot on like literally everything. So the Persian allowed us to make a lot of riskier, but not a lot of riskier switches, but allowed us to switch into things that normally couldn't. Like, for example, we Parting Shot on the Vikavolt, and we were able to get into Terrakion early, which otherwise would not be able to do. Stuff like that. I believe we ended up switching the Terrakion out because it just Volt switched into something that scared Terrakion out. It was Aegis Slash. Yeah, it was Aegis Slash. So we obviously had to switch out there. But that's just one example. We ran 140 speed Jolly, and then the rest was invested in defensive bulk, 252 HP, 116 defense. Because we needed to take on all these physical demons. That Rocky Helmet was huge for Weavile. Obviously, it did like 50% with that Life Orb, so that was huge. Great damage. We were Foul Play, Taunt, Parting Shot, Toxic. Again, Toxic on a lot of things to try and set up a Spectre endgame. Spec had a fun set, so we'll get to it shortly. Foul Play, we could click on potential Aegis Slash that hasn't autotomized yet, which I didn't really see as an option, but it was also good for like Dragon Dance Mew or even Rayquaza did pretty good damage too, especially after DD. And with that Fur Coat, we could just take a hit from Rayquaza anyway. Taunt could stop some setup options. Potentially could have clicked on Aegis Slash and stopped that second autotomize, but that didn't really matter because we Parting Shotted. Again, we were not going to pop that weakness policy, so that was big for us. That was Persian. Slowking was kind of, I don't know. It was like I had Slowking, I had Weezing G, I had Persian, and I had Lando, and I did not know which two of those four to bring. Obviously, I ended up dropping the Weezing G and the Lando in favor of Slowking and Persian. The Scald Ice Beam covers the team neutrally all the way around except for Vaporeon. Obviously, stuff doesn't like switching into Scald, It feels like it burns more often than not. Slack Off is another great move for Slowking here in this one. For the most part, it could switch in on stuff other than Weavile, or I mean, stay in on stuff other than Weavile, Aegislash, and Whimsicott. So, I mean, Vikavolt scared us out too, obviously. Especially, I mean, I felt like that was Specs damage on that Volt Switch, but maybe it wasn't. Anyway, Toxic again to Toxic things for Spectrier, and then we obviously were Regenerator and Coldberry to take on one hit from Weavile, and hopefully Skull Burn it. So, Slowking was kind of a sack, just in general. It didn't have a great matchup, it didn't have a bad one. Honestly, Galar Weezing might have been a better bring, but this is where we were, and we took the dub still, so I'm okay with it. And we put on a good performance with Slowking in my earlier battle today. So we will move on to the next one. Spectrier. Actually, I'm going to save Spec for last, because Spec was a pretty fun set. So we're going to go to Tracheon. Now, this was sort of like my end game, which obviously you saw come into play. It was also my... basically my stop to DD Rayquaza, and it could take on Weavile, because Weavile wasn't going to be Scarf. It could take out an Aegislash that can't King Shield, like for example if it didn't have King Shield or if it was taunted, and then it could Earthquake it in Blade form and send it to the next dimension. We do outspeed it at +2, the Aegislash at +2, because we were Scarf. And so it was really good in the end game, and if it didn't miss that second Stone Edge, we obviously would have killed the Rayquaza and gotten a 2-0 win instead of a 1-0. Nothing special about the set. 196 speed Jolly, that outsped everything, because Whim and Weavile were not going to be Scarf. The 252 attack, and then 52 HP and 4 in the defenses. Obviously, Justified makes Weavile not want to click Knockoff. And a Scarf Drakion at +1 just nukes everything. The set's pretty basic. Mega Horn specifically for Mew, and then the rest covers the rest of the team. Close Combat, Stone Edge, Earthquake. Again, the matchup is Rayquaza, Mew, Aegislash, Weavile, Nidoqueen, Whimsicott, Vaporeon, Arcanine, Vikavolt, and Sawk. So other than the Vaporeon and the Sawk, we could hit everything super effective, and the Whim. So yeah, that was the Terrakion set, and it put in good work, even through webs. And then last but not least, Spectrier. So I went through a couple iterations of this. Started off as a Scarf set, and then I added Terrakion to the team as a Scarfer. So I got rid of the Scarf here, and then it became a spell tag set with just Shadow Ball, and then it turned into this set that it ended up in. We could scare out a lot of stuff with this. Matt's team only has one Ghost Resist, and then Mew and Aegislash, two of the top mons on the team, obviously don't want to take hit from Spec. So we would have the opportunity to set up a substitute. And then we'd be able to Willow something and Hex it. And then obviously you see Double Kick, because Double Kick, for those that don't know, while it may be a very low power move, Weavile is not a strong boy with regards to defenses, and Double Kick 2-hit KOs Weavile. So that's what we had it for, especially if Weavile was going to try to break our sub, we could get 2 hits off on it with Double Kick. So that was the reasoning behind bringing that. I really enjoyed bringing this set this week. It didn't get to pop off because of this sticky web, but that's alright. And then the EVs were a little bit interesting, like not super special. It was timid 220 speed, so all the speed we needed. And then the special part, I ran 68 defense because that took a, and I mentioned this calc earlier, that took a +2 modest shadow sneak from each slash. So that allowed us, and this is, I said modest uninvested shadow sneak from each slash. So that 68 guaranteed we took that hit, and then we could hit it back with Hex. So that was the 68, and then 220 in Spatak. Once we claim to kill, the Spatak really doesn't matter, because +1 we are killing just about everything. Alright, so that will do it. That was the team. I'm very happy with how it performed, and very happy about my 2-0 start to the season. So with that, I appreciate everyone coming out, and that's going to do it. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining the Inner Circle, and we will catch you all next time.